Welcome to part 6 of Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We're just now moving on to case 3, the Turnabout Samurai. So let's just get right to it. Load the selected saved content, and let's enjoy this case. Gra, you have disgraced me for the last time. The pale moon in the sky cries for your blood. I can't read that fast. The moon? No, it's you who should gaze upon the moon, or it will be the last moon you ever see. Them's fighting words. See you in hell, evil magistrate. Whoa! Gra. The warrior's swords gleam and strike in the moonlight. One has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows. Don't miss next week's exciting episode. The Dark Messenger returns. On the next exciting episode. Wright & Co. Law Offices. That rocked! Those burgers were delicious. See you in hell, evil magistrate. Whoa, stop waving that broom around. Oh, Nick, I didn't know you were here. Of course I'm here. What was that surreal show you were just watching? What, Nick? You mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? No. He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. Young? Like, how young? 10 years old? Then what the heck are you doing getting all excited? Hey, I'm only 17. That's 17, see? I'm a teen. Not like you, Nick. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24 myself. Then watch it with me. He's really cool and it's really popular. When they asked grade school kids what they wanted to be, Steel Samurai was #1. Really worry about kids these days. Gramps. Well, the Steel Samurai's over. I guess it's time to close up the office. I guess. Wish we had some clients. A month has passed since my trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time. But no one paid any attention to the Wright & Co. law offices. How am I going to pay the rent this month? Just guest star on Turnabout Samurai. It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. October 16th, 8:14, Phoenix Wright's bedroom. Ooh. Bring. What am I bringing? Cellular. Hello, this is Phoenix. Nick! Maya, what? It's still early. It's the Steel Samurai. The Steel Samurai got arrested. Huh? You mean the guy on that show? Yes! Saying the Steel Samurai killed a villain. Isn't that what he's supposed to do? Yeah, on TV. Yeah, on TV. No, I mean he actually did it, in real life. He skewered a villain with a samurai spear. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Just come to the office quick, please, Nick. October 16th, 9:22. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Maya's here, watching television. Now for the morning news. The actor Will Powers, of course his name's Will Powers, was arrested yet... Son of Max Powers? That's probably. Powers plays the lead role in the popular kids show, The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. He's arrested on suspicion of murder. The victim was Jack Hammer, who plays the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate costume. Samurai spear was also found stuck through his body. Police believe this was the murder weapon, and are investigating farther. This has to be a joke. No, it's a nightmare. The Steel Samurai is over. The world is over. The cellular is very demanding with what we bring. Yes, Wright & Co. Law Offices. What? Nick. It's the Steel Samurai. What? Yes, of course. We'll be right there. Let's go, Nick. Go where? They have the Steel Samurai down in detention. Like after-school detention. So I've decided this Will Powers be our first case. Stop holding your breath, Maya. I don't like it when you do that. Well, what should we do? What should we do? How can you just sit there like that? We have to get down to the detention center and meet the Steel Samurai. Do you want to investigate this case or just do some sightseeing? I wonder. My money's on sightseeing. We don't have enough information to make a case yet. Just admit it, you don't have a clue what happened. No, we just don't have enough information. I'm an attorney. What about this? You like showing that off, don't you, Nick? My poor, poor ego. Well, let's examine everything again. It's a nice day outside. The hotel across the way is always full these days. So the bellboy happily cleaning the room. Maya's been watering it so much lately, it looks a little swollen. She's either trying to make it grow, or she's perfecting her water torture technique. Oh. Then I realized the poster doesn't actually say the title of the movie. Ye Old Samurai. It's my desk now. Sitting here always makes me feel like a professional. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is the thought I have to read all of these now. I don't like to read. Okay, let's move to the detention center. Meet Mr. Powers. Ah! You're fuzzy dude. What's wrong, Maya? It's him. In the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean, that guy? Of course it's him. Will Powers, our client. That's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. But he definitely did it. Murder at least once. Maybe twice. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you saying? Yes? Something wrong? No, no. This is getting off to a great start. I know, you're disappointed, aren't you? Disappointed? Oh no, oh no. No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got the part of the Steel Samurai with that mask, I decided I would never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids, you know. I didn't want to wreck their dreams. Oh. I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams. Wonder what they'll think of the Steel Samurai now. Wah. Nick, what? He's a good guy. I mean, he's good. Yeah. He didn't do it. Examine. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He seems frozen in awe of Will Powers. Smile for the camera. I'm an attorney. Here. I see. Let me guess. This guy wasn't the top student in improv class. Maybe you could start by telling us what happened. Yes, yes, of course. It seemed like it was only yesterday. Actually, it was only yesterday. The cast had come down to Global Studios for a run-through. We went through a few action sequences at 10 in the morning. There was a rehearsal scheduled for 5 in the afternoon, but when 5 came around, and the staff gathered at the studio, the evil magistrate was found lying in a crumpled heap near the set. Goodness. He was stabbed pretty good. When they took off his mask and discovered that it was Jack Hammer, dead, he had been expertly skewered with the samurai spear. The samurai spear? Yes, it's a long spear that the Steel Samurai uses as a weapon. Maybe you could explain to me just what the Steel Samurai is. Nick, how could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir, I apologize for my partner. He's new to this, and a bit out of touch with the world. Hey, who's new to this? No, it's alright, really. Steel Samurai is the lead character in a popular kids show. He walks the streets of Neo-Old Tokyo, fighting battle after battle against his evil magistrate and his minions. Of course, he never really defeats the evil magistrate. Although, I guess he did defeat him this time. Ah! I see. Neo-Old Tokyo. Who comes up with these names? Now, where were you on the day of the murder? Well, that morning I came to the studios at 9. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5, but I was a little tired. So after lunch, I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up, it was after 5. I was late for the rehearsal. I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here. So he was sleeping the entire afternoon of the murder? Some action hero. What will the kids think? I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder. Right, Global Studios, I'll draw you a map. Wow, Nick, let's go. Willing to bet $10 she asked for autographs. Safe bet. Okay, let's move to the studio. Main gate. Wow, so this is where they make Steel Samurai. Awesome! Aren't you excited? Hey, you there, old bag. You want in, you gotta go through me. Oh, sorry. We're, lawyers. Maybe I've seen someone play this... like, this case, too. Because Will Powers and this old bag lady look familiar. Unless they were also in Justice for All, I'm not sure. But they're familiar to me. It's my job to make sure that gawkers like you stay out. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident and came to snoop around. Youths today. Something horrible happens, wasting your blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Lawyer. Yeah. Nick? Will I grow up to be like her? Please say no. I don't know, it's possible. Hey. Listen when you're being spoken to. Youths today. I'm an attorney. What's that? You giving that to me? No. So, what do you do here at the studios? At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No, you were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Wow. This place has really gone downhill, you know. But 10 years ago... Now that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then, too. He was... Hammer? The victim, dummy. The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with. Can you tell me about Mr. Will Powers? He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. It's probably why he thought the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jackhammer. We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty. Powers, of course he's guilty. How do I know? I know everything. That's my job. What kind of person was Jackhammer? What kind of person? Oh, if only you knew. Jackhammer will live in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series. Should I have heard of that? But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. What's more, I heard they were paying him peanuts. It's enough to make you cry. Why are you so certain Mr. Powers is the killer? I was standing right here yesterday, I was. I was here from 1 in the afternoon to 5 when they found the body. Now the studio where the murder took place is to the left here. So if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass by me. I'm sure that'll be difficult. Only one person went by here between 1 and 2:30 when the murder took place. And that person was Mr. Powers? Yes, I saw him. But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room. Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool. But he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer, you can bet your biscuits on it. Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here, move along. Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request. Thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request. And maybe I'll just let you in. This lady here thinks she owns the place, obviously. Well, I don't have one, so... I'm gonna examine things, though. The main entrance to the studio. There was a big scene here yesterday with onlookers pressing up against the gate. Let's look at the shaggin' wagon. Looks like a studio van. They probably use it to carry around film equipment. An overhead map of the studios. In all its... white glory. Right from here is the employee area. To To the left are the actual films. Is it like invisible ink? I can't read it. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Hey, no touching. That almost jump scared me. I don't know if you could see that or not. Okay, let's go back to the detention center, I guess. Hello, how's the studio? They all think I did it, don't they? No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick? Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. Sniff. Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you? What, no? I'd never do that. Hey, buddy. Earlier you said you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch. Yes, like a baby. But the security lady says she saw you that day. She says she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime. What? That's not possible. I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise. Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business, and I need every advantage I can get. I know, I'm sorry. Sniff. He's got really bad allergies. I'm gonna swear to you on my mama's grave I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me. What did she see? He doesn't appear to be lying. About the security guard at the main gate to the studio. What about her? She's terrible. She called me suspicious looking. Yes, actually. She said the same thing to me before. Take off that mask were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the bigwigs at the studio. But let her see you stumble once and she'll never let up on you. She's got some nerve. Do you think you could write up a letter formally requesting my representation? Of course. I just happen to have a pen and paper in this detention center. Like all good suspects. I just hope this will get me past that security lady. Thank you for the letter of request. Show that to the security lady and she should let you in. I'm still an attorney. Okay, let's go back now. Look at this thing that I have. Ma'am, have a look at this. It's a letter of request from Mr. Powers. Hmm? Yes, I recognize the bold, childish scrawl. Powers' request given to the security lady. To think he would entrust his fate to youths of such unreliable appearance. Really? Really? Anyway, you may pass. But only left from here, towards the studios. No going to the right. That's the employee area. No one allowed inside, pal, were my instructions. That's Gumshoe. If I ever heard. He calls everyone pal. The good detective told me himself. Hey, Nick. Huh? There are maps in the security guard station. Hey, not bad. Those are 50 cents apiece, thank you. Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents. Present. Okay, let's go outside Studio 1. That's terrifying. Studio 1 entrance. Hey, aren't you the murderer from the other day? It's that confused detective. Hey pal, you know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset and it's your fault. So I'm sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window. So? Hey, if he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. Detective. I think you hurt his feelings. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt anyway. You're right, pal. My feelings are easily hurt. I can blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart. Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here? Well, we're on this case too, pal. Hey, you can't just go around saying pal like that. That's my endearing character trait. I'd say he's a character, alright. Talk at him. So how's your investigation going, detective? Well, it's... Hey, I can't tell you that, pal. Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions. Right, so detective, mind if I take a look at what you've got? What I got? The autopsy report. The latest version, if you please. Right, right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal. Cause pierced through the chest by us spearing. Why was Mr. Powers arrested? Simple, pal. The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. Now, the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30 p.m. Only one person went to the studio between 1 and 2:30. That person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate. Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence. Thanks for cheering me up. About the security lady. Oh, that sweet old lady. What a charmer. Huh? Are we talking about the same person? When I showed her my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee. Remember what Powers said? She's a sucker for authority. She even gave me a piece of valuable evidence. What? What kind of evidence? Well, that, photo. The photo of Steel Samurai heading towards the scene of the crime. What? Who took that? See the camera up in that gate, pal? The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign? Yeah. Whenever someone walks up by that camera, it automatically snaps a photo of them. Oh, no. Nick, he has evidence. We're finished. Steel Samurai's definitely, like, it just wearing the Steel Samurai outfit. Funny, for someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy. What's wrong, pal? You seem down. Don't look so happy when you say that. Oh, ho, 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 ho. We'd like to ask the employee here some questions. Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course you're not going to find any clues I haven't already found. Ha ha ha. Glad someone around here seems to be enjoying themselves. Nick, let's go. Got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out. Present. Hey, Gumshoe, I'm an attorney. See this? This is my attorney's badge. Uh-huh. Don't you think it's a little sad when you have to explain what your badge means, pal? Do attorneys actually have badges? Real men show their PD badge and that's that. I'll admit my design of my badge leaves a lot to be desired. Maybe it should just be a big L for lawyer. I'm not so sure about that. A big L, yeah, me neither. Hey, there's a camera here. That's the security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went where. There's a number plate on the camera. ST1-307. That must be the camera ID number. Studio mascot. I guess it's a monkey of some kind. Is it? What kind of monkey has a nose like that? He's holding a sign in his hand. Right, to Studio 1, left to Studio 2. What's up with that thing? Looks kinda busted. Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. Took down that tree with it, too. Detective Gumshoe, what's down the path to the left? Looks like a tree fell down over the path. Oh, yeah, that way's kinda dangerous. You should stay out, pal. There's nothing down there anyway. It's where Studio 2 used to be, they tell me. They don't use it now, though. Anything else I can look at? The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jackhammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Hey, it's locked. Looks like you need a card key to get in. Makes sense they would want to keep the non-employees out. There's a big welcome sign above the path. Yeah, apparently the studio's fallen on tough times. They've started letting people in on days they aren't filming. They make a bit extra money by charging for admission. Huh? You sure know a lot about this place, detective. You know, you could always quit being a detective and work here. Yeah, and what perfect timing with the studio mascot down for the count. Huh? What's that supposed to mean, pal? Hey, look at this bench? Yeah. I'm a little bushed. Maybe I'll take a short rest here. Hey, good idea, pal. Detective, aren't you on the case? Well, yeah, but... Hey, us detectives get tired of standing around too, pal. That's probably everything I can look at this exact moment. I'm gonna say yes. Can I move? I gotta move back to the main gate. Get the card key. Nick, look! That security lady's in the guard station stuffing her face with donuts. Guess all cops like their donuts. I mean, who doesn't like donuts? People with celiacs, gluten sensitivity, other than that. Yeah, and they're soft enough she doesn't need teeth to chew them. Hey, you. Well, you satisfied Powers is guilty yet? She had to make my life harder by giving that photo to Detective Gumshoe. Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, ma'am? Hmm? Oh, that. I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Oh, just to the left from here is the gate with that camera that took the photo. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see. This guard station is in a central position. No matter where you go here, you pass by my station first. Now poor Hammer, he went to the studio just before 1. The murder happened right around 2:30, see? The only one I'd seen go through here between 1 and 2:30 was Powers himself. The security camera got a good look at him, too. If he's not the one who did it, I don't know who is. Maybe it was you. Good one, Sonny. She thinks I was joking. Was the victim Mr. Hammer a popular actor? Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio. Was? Past tense? Oh, yes, he was great as the bearded samurai. Now we're talking. That too, yes. He shone the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate? It's a disgrace, I tell you. Hammer took it pretty hard, and who can blame him? About the security camera. Ah, yes, the camera. It's automatic. You can tell when someone walks through that gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Apparently it records the time when it takes a picture, too. I don't bother myself with those details. I just view all the photos on the computer over in the security guard station. Check them every day before going home, I do. Do I also check? Done. Well, do I present stuff? Well, I gotta go do anything else, it would seem. Ah, employee area, let's go. Global Studios employee area. Nick! This is where they do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hey, look! There's Powers' dressing room. No one's here this soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around. Yeah, let's look around, alright. There's a sign by the dressing room door. Will Powers. Must be neat to be the star and have your own room like this. Window into the dressing room. The glass is frosted, so I can't see inside. Laundry. Dryer rack. Let's see. Cola, candy, chips, gum. Is there coffee? It's so normal. I was expecting some cool themed snacks or something. Popcorn, at least. Wait, look, samurai soda. Nick, try this. Ladies first. The remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone in one of the plates, minus the steak. T-bone steak. That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach just for steaks. What? I don't think she's serious, Phoenix. That must be the storage room. That's where they keep all the film equipment. Wow, Nick. You know a lot about the industry. What else would they keep in a film studio? Other than films? I don't know. The door to the dressing room. It's not locked. Let's take a look inside. Maybe we can find something as a souvenir. What do you mean, find? You never know. There might be something like the samurai spear. We don't need a spear. That's the murder weapon, for crying out loud. Remember what happened the last time we took a murder weapon home? Your sister remembers. Global Studios dressing room. Powers' dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping. Or at least this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they? Right, and there's a picture of him near the crime scene. I hope he's telling the truth, for his sake. Let's look at his tea. Is there any lard with the tea? There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. Some tea and cookies. There might be lard in the cookies. Nick, I'm hungry. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a separate stomach for sweets. How many stomachs does this girl have? Don't have a cow, man. There's some regular suits in amongst the costumes here. These must be his own clothes. Be fun to wear one of the costumes. I'd say you're already wearing one myself. Ah. They always have mirrors like this in dressing rooms. I see my hair is still nice and spiky, just like I like it. There's a vast array of cosmetics here. Ooh, this is the wig he used in Samurai Boogie Woogie. Nick, try this on. No. And how can you tell the name of a show just by looking at a wig? Samurai movies. Kinda? This must be Powers' bag. Hey, don't open that. Look, an employee card key. That must be Powers. It says Studio 1. Let's take it, Nick. Borrow it? You mean borrow. Take. I meant take. When I said take, that's what I meant. I can check it again. Wonder what else is inside Powers' bag. Stop that! My partner, the thief in training. What else can I look at? Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here yesterday. It's locked. Speedy, are you stuck, buddy? How did you get your claw in the... I would have shown a picture of that, but that would have been cruel. But, like, my cat had his claw caught backwards in the chair, and he was stuck. But he's free now. Aren't you, buddy? Aren't you? Looks like he doesn't open his window much. I guess it's kinda dusty outside. Let's go to Studio 1. I think we looked at everything here. We found the key item, so that's probably all we need. And let's move back to the main gate. I stole this key card. Oh, isn't that a studio card key? You better watch it. The scene of a murder is no place for sightseeing. I'll be taking that. Hand it over. Wait, no, that's mine. Look, I don't have a card key to the studio, see? I want to go pay my respects to Jack Hammer where he died. Well, you'll just have to wait. I thought she was actually going to take it from me. There's a face only a mother could love. Good lord, man. Breathing with her shoulders. Unique. Eh? Hey, detective. Take a look at this. What's that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't show him that. He'll confiscate it. Oh, I just wanted to show it off. Well, how do I... Do I have to go to Will Powers and be like, hey, I got your book. I got your key book. What book? Okay. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It opened. Alright, we're in. She's way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. There we go. Inside Studio 1. October 16th, Studio 1. Hey, there's the chalk outline. What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? That white tape, it's so real. Well, the evil magistrate did die here, and the steel samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. Looks like a backdrop for a stage. This must be used in the Steel Samurai show. Of course, that's the mountain. Neo Fujiyama. Does the Steel Samurai... excuse me. Doesn't the Steel Samurai take place in Old Tokyo? Can you even see Mount Fuji from there? Not Old Tokyo, Nick. Neo Old Tokyo. Oh, right. Wow, look at the camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Hey, you, no touching that. It's... What's her name? Why can't I think of her name? In Persona 5. Futaba, is that her name? Sojiro's daughter? Sorry. My partner's kinda, you know. You know? No, I don't know. Who are you? Who, me? I'm gonna sit... Penny... Nickel? I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers, representing Mr. Willpowers. Oh, you're WP's people. WP? Oh, Willpowers. WP, I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit. But do what you can for WP, okay? Willpowers is so much faster to say than WP is 4 syllables. Willpowers. Acronyms like that drive me crazy. Like, yeah, to write it, yeah, write WP, but to speak it, Willpowers is faster than WP. Come on. Come on now. He never hurt a fly, he has to be innocent. Don't worry, leave it to us. I'm not done examining the area. Look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. So it's married to... like a full ladder? Or one of its ladder... One of its... How's that even work? Its mother married a full ladder? So this is a step ladder? So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right. Sorry. This girl is out there. What's this? That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. The assistant holds it during filming. Huh? What? Where's your enthusiasm for all things entertainment? Well, lighting's fine, but I'd want to be the director. Or maybe the Steel Samurai. I think she's being serious. They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate's costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would have at least left... Yeah. Would have at least left a few bloodstains. Guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Or all of it. From what I can tell. Oh. Wow, look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. It's heavier than I thought. Yeah, it seems like it wants you to check stuff twice sometimes. It didn't matter that time, but... It did to get in here. Okay, so Penny Nickel. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see. Only one assistant? Yes, well, the studios isn't doing so well right now. And yesterday was our only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there, along with everyone else. The employee area, that's where Powers' dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP going into his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that. Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of girl do you think I am? What kind... No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. I'm sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Hmm? Sorry, I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue. A lead. Well, I don't know about that. But that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yes, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was from someone outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No thanks, that helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's put that security lady on the spot. So you sensed that someone other than the film crew, the regular film crew, was in the studio? Yes, I think. I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony. Nick, what about the security lady? Someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them. I'm an attorney. Any thoughts about this? I'm gonna show her everything I have, just because you never want to be too sure in these games. Alright. I guess let's move back. Court record. Do we have a last name for Miss Penny? It is Penny Nichols, of course it is. I'm on to you, Phoenix Wright. Moving again. She's still hyperventilating? No, she's caught her breath. What? You're still here? Really, you look as though you've seen a ghost. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure that you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Alright, you better tell me real quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, huh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. Her. She's not even a full-time employee. All you young'uns are like that nowadays, running your... Yeah, that trope where an old person rants faster than I can read it out loud. She left. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Yeah. Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick? Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see, first I need the date of the murder. Looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 p.m., that was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. I think it was 307. There, entered. Hey, it printed out the data for the day. Let's see what we got. Wonder what happens if I look at the other ones. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15, 2 p.m., photo number 2. What does that mean? It means there's more than one photo, Maya. Nope, that's the only one in the computer. Powers' photo? Add to the court record. Hey, Nick. Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right, we'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So are we done for today? I want to look at the other camera pictures, though. I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. To be continued. Well, if you're gonna give me, like, such a natural, you know, break point in the action, guess we'll call that an episode. So there we go. That was part 6 of this Let's Play extravaganza of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Probably won't be back again until Sunday with another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, so hope to catch you for that one. Don't forget the lard, and always bring your evidence to the trial. You'll never know what you're going to need. So take care, everybody.